What's up, guys? Welcome to Crypto Savvy channel. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the market, see what's going on. Are we gonna get a higher bull trap up? As you guys know, I do believe we are in a bear market until the end or middle of 2023, possibly. So we're gonna take a look at that. We'll also take a look at my invalidation, and definitely stick around to the end of the video. We're gonna take a look at our bear market targets. If we are in the bear market that I believe we're in, the bear market targets for Ethereum, XRP, and LITECOIN. Let's get into it. I'll explain. So as of right now, as of making this video, the pre-markets are up. Will they remain up? We'll have to see. We'll talk about what's to look for. So here's the DXY. DXY still looks bullish to me. This obviously looks like just a big correction here. Right now, currently, our resistance is at 102. A break of the 102 support and bounce from there, Bitcoin should go much, much lower. A break of the support here at 101 and come back up, retest it, and continue down. Then we could have one more bull trap. We'll talk about how high that could possibly go. So let's take a look at our Dow Jones chart. Our target was down here at the 30,700 range, which we hit exactly. We made that target at the break over here. Now, that doesn't mean that it's over. We obviously expected a bounce here, which we got. That doesn't mean it's over. Could it be? Yes. If this is over, then we probably have more upside for Bitcoin and all the markets. I don't currently believe that. I'll tell you where my invalidation point is. But if we do remain getting support here at 32.9, we could go as high as this 34.6 range. Very possible to retest this trend line again. But if we start opening and closing dailies under, let me put this on the 4-hour. If we start opening and closing dailies under this 32.9, then we're most likely going to come back down and retest this area again, which will be bearish for Bitcoin also. Let's take a look at the weekly. So on our weekly chart here, you guys remember we had the hidden bearish divergence here, higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action, and we had our weekly sell signal there. I had told you guys that when it happened. Now, is it possible we get up and retest the bottom of this channel, 35.6 range, 35 to 36,000 range? We've talked about this. It's very possible. May even get a wick above that, possibly. We'll be taking a look at, like I said, I think the altcoins that I'm going to show you in the end of the video. Make sure you stick around for that. Also, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. It is appreciated. A lot of people forget to do that. So take a second out and do that right now. Also, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video. But as of right now, we still are looking for this 24.5 area range somewhere down in there. I still think we get at least to that level. Let's take a look at the daily. So on the daily here, as you guys know, we had the 5 waves down, ABC correction up. We didn't expect it to go that high, but once we broke down over here, I gave you guys the target of 24.3, 24.5, and that's just a measured move of the rising broadening wedge, which came down to this area. I still think we get down to those levels. Also, we have more targets here. Let's take a look. So if we are looking at this as a bear flag, right? We'll take a look at that in a 4-hour. But these are my targets here, that 24. And then if we look at this whole thing here, from the break of the trend up here, let me zoom in so you can see that. From the break of the trend, this gets me down to as low as 6,800. So I still believe at the end of this, by the end of this bear market, we still see 3,500 to 7,000 range. I think we still see that. I'll let you know if that's invalidated, and I'll show you where my invalidation is later in the video. But right now, let's take a look at the daily. So depending on where this daily closes, it's looking like we're going to have hidden bearish divergence again, a higher high in the RSI, lower high in the price action. Now, a daily close above 31.8, and that will erase this divergence. As you guys know, we still have the possibility of getting up to this 33,000. And that was just a break of this falling wedge here. That was the target of theirs. So that's still a possibility. In the next few days, it would line up with the 55 EMA. So it is plausible, not guaranteed, obviously. Now, if this was to break, then that would show market strength. We would probably see the DXY fall, Dow Jones fall down, Dow Jones pump up, and we come up and retest the bottom of this flag. That's definitely a possibility and something to keep your eyes open for. But either way, I don't think we get back inside here. If we do start getting back inside here and opening, closing candles above 39,000, then possibly the bearish scenario is out the window. But as of right now, it's still in play, in my opinion. Here's the 4 hour. Let's take a look at these targets. All right, so on the 4 hour, same thing, looking at a break of this bear flag, gets us down to that 67, 6,800. Let's zoom in a little bit, see what's going on here. So as you guys know, we were watching this wedge, and obviously our resistance is up here at this 33. But let's take a look at this. So if we were to break down here within the next few days, it still gets us down to that 24.5 range. Let me move this up and adjust these because obviously we have to adjust with the trend lines. The other way to look at this is our break of the trend up here, looking at that as a bear flag. That would get us down. We're going to raise this one now too. We added at 17.2. Depending on where it breaks down here, but I still, if we break down here, right, I think 24.2, 24.5 will probably hold for another bounce, maybe range around in this area, of course, unless the markets just obviously tank real hard. And then that's the end. But a break of this 24.5 range, I see us going down to the 17.5 to 18,000 range, possibly much lower. As you guys know, I have this target at 67. Could go as low as 35, like I've said before. Before we get into the smaller time frame or the bigger time frames, and then the Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP, we're going to take a look at Prime XBT. If you guys are interested in trading, I definitely suggest starting here. You can join the contest section for free, trade without any risk to get familiar with the platform. And then if you want to start out with smaller amounts and actually start trading, you can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. Links down below in the video. Use my links to get signed up there. Also, I have a tutorial on my YouTube page. Go check it out. You can trade Forex, alts, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, pre-markets, everything all from one exchange. And you can have multiple trades in, so it doesn't clump them all together like the scam exchanges. So here is what is possible in the Dow Jones, which would be a huge crash in the markets. This was the Great Depression in 1929, and I've marked out how the market structure was. We have the same structure now, so it's something to be very cautious about. I talked about before, if we get another crazy pump or they do something crazy to pump the markets, we could be right in this range, have one more leg up. It is possible. I don't think that's going to happen, but anything's possible, right? Now, this is the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. I posted a video on this December 2nd talking about it. If you go to my YouTube page, you'll see it. I do believe this is where we're at. Now, like I said, this chart will be invalidated at a break of the 48.5 range. And this is out the window. But as of right now, it's still playing out beautifully. I think we're right here in this circled section. We could be in here for a few more weeks. And again, we could get as high as that 38.5 range. You see this big volume node right here. We had a big one right there, and we almost tagged it. So it is possible we get back up into this range. But overall, I think this is more likely how it's going to play out. Like I said, target between 37 and 6,500. I know a lot of people think that's impossible, but impossible is not a word to use in any markets. Remember that. Let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, we've had this chart. Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP, these charts are 6 months old. This one, we got our target at the break of this at 1919, which we hit, which is now seeming like resistance. This is what's making me think we may have more downside for everything today. All right, let's take a look at where we're at. So our next measured move, whoops, that back. Our next measured move here is just the width of the channel here to where we broke down. That gets us at 1564. Still think we're headed down to at least there. That would line up with the 24.5 range for Bitcoin. If we do get there, we may bounce around this area for a while. But once we break this, my target then becomes this target here, which was a break of this rising wedge way back here. Once we broke this, that was my other target for here. Actually, looking at this as a bear flag. gets us down to as low as the six to 700 bucks. That's if we break this 1564. If we look at where we're at on the daily, we're making lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. If we close in this range, that's going to be hidden bearish divergence again. And you can see every time we get hidden bearish divergence, we get a nice dump. Be cautious, guys. Let's look at the weekly. Now, this is what I wanted to switch over and show you. The bear market bottom structure. So this definitely looks like a bear flag here. And if we take a measured move from the, well, you guys know I like to use the market structure break, which was right here. And that would get us down to is right in that 600 to 700 range. This is the weekly chart. This could take a long time, right? Like I said, I think it's possible this bear market continues till the middle or end of 2023. But that would be our target down here. Our next major support would be down to 200 bucks. It's quite possible. But this would be the measured move for the weekly bear flag here. If we go, let's put this back in the 4 hour. We'll go over to LITECOIN. LITECOIN, same thing. Chart's about 6 months old. Once we broke this rising broadening wedge, you guys know my target is 25. If you look here, hidden bearish divergence, and hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. So hidden bearish in a downtrend is a continuation of the trend. The trend is down. As you can see, let's take a look at the weekly on here. The weekly gives us a much lower target as a possibility. Obviously, we have major support here around the 47. If that breaks, looking at this as a bear flag, go from the break of the trend, which was up here, put it down. If we were to break down here, could be as low as $8, man. I know it sounds crazy, but it's definitely possible. So keep an eye on that. As of right now, our major resistance is this 8 EMA around 78 bucks. XRP, same thing. You guys know my daily targets for XRP. Again, this chart is 6 months old. We had the break of this triangle here, which gets us down to that 17 range. We have major support at 28. We'll see what happens there. But let's go into the weekly. And we have the same thing in the weekly. Bear flag forming here. If we take it from the break of the trend and go down, 2023, we could see as low as 10 cents. I know everybody's going to be mad about that, but I truly believe that is a good possibility, guys. Let's look at gold. So gold has been a big clue here. As you guys know, my target for gold's around this 1561. But let's take a look. Every time we're below this bottom of this channel here, Bitcoin is falling. So as of right now, we're getting rejected pretty good on these EMAs. If it starts trading below this, where is that at 1850 range, 1849, then we're probably going down for Bitcoin, altcoins, traditionals, everything. Now, a lot of people think gold has to pump when markets are crashing because it's a hedge. If you look back in the past, every time the market has had a big crash, gold, silver, Bitcoin, everything crashes with it. The only thing that goes up is the DXY. So get silver. My targets are still the same from silver for silver. Back down to this 20. If that breaks, 1550 range. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Share the video if you've enjoyed it. Get the info out there. Thanks a lot, guys. And I'm out of here.